Good news for all the domestic flyers who are planning to arrive in Delhi at one of the most busiest terminal of Indira Gandhi International Airport, which is Terminal 1. Because they no longer have to worry about the peak hour struggles of standing in the queue for hours. Their struggle is going to get over super soon because the airport operator DIAL, Delhi International Airport Limited, a GMR group-led consortium on Monday, announced the completion of construction of the domestic arrival terminal, which they claimed will have enhanced passenger capacity. This project is part of Delhi Airport's Phase 3 expansion project. The newly constructed terminal will have 4 new baggage reclaim carousels, increased seating and waiting areas, and ample parking space to make sure that passenger movement remains smooth even during the peak hours. Apart from these facilities, flyers will also experience modern toilets, huge space between baggage belts, greenery inside the terminal with ample natural light, lavish ceremonial VIP lounge, state-of-the-art meet and greet gallery, modern food court. Deputy Manager Director of DMR Group IP Rao, in conversation with INS, shed more light on the detail of the newly built terminal.
We are over here at the new arrival hall of Terminal 1. Terminal 1, the significance of this particular facility is that, and this is a massive expansion project under the Phase 3A of the IGI airport over here. And joining me today to talk about this particular facility, which would be open for public within a week's time, is GMR Group's Deputy Managing Director, Mr. IP Rao, who is more affectionately in the aviation fraternity known as IPR. So, firstly, welcome. And what can passengers expect out of this particular facility?
The passengers, when they come here, first they can find a good ventilation, natural light, the volume space, they got a good space. And another thing, important thing is they find any arrival terminal, fundamentally they want ease of getting the bag. That's very important. How we can fetch the bag and go through the terminal comfortably without any hitting each other. So this building has given that comfort. Why? Two things. One is the belt length is increased from 50 to 70 meters. So that way more people can stand, maintain code protocol, they can able to take the bag at a low height. So easy to pick up. So that's one good thing. Second thing, you see between the two belts, the gap has been wide enough so that what happens, even when people come out, they can have enough space to walk through straight. Today, what happens, exit terminal, there is no enough space between the two belts. So what happens, people is totally difficult to keep each other come because that's a very old terminal. So as a GMR, we always, our endeavor is to get the best to the passengers every time. So this building has taken into that consideration of that. And second thing, and also if you look at the whole building, the design for LEED certified gold. It has multiple questions. See, one is we get the materials which is confined to the LEED certification, but that's one part. The major thing is water. How can you consume the water using this terminal, the toilet, so many water using it? We send for recirculation. That means went to street plant. There we enhance the capacity and ensure that they come back to the recirculation system. So that way we're using almost 80 to 90% of the water back in the system. So that way we are minimizing the discharge system. So practically we are not in the loop to the environment, groundwater. Second thing, we also look at the air conditioning. Air conditioning very important, is high energy consumption. You look at it, so people ask so much of lighting is coming, so much of facade is there, sir, so much of heat come inside. No, the whole facade is defined such a way that absolutely we index such a way we kept it. Heat refractive index is very low. That means बाहर से heat अंदर आने के लिए from outside to inside is very minimum. So that way we will not have. Second thing, what we also did, using building management system, it will control their different requirements. Suppose more people are there, it will pump more air for you to get comfort. If less people are there, it will reduce the height. So what happens because of that? One is comfort to the passengers, maintain the temperature. Second thing, what will happen? It will also ensure the good energy saving. So this also gives her. And third thing is entire lighting is LED lighting. So that gives you a lot of energy saving. So with all the multiple factors, that's why even LEED certified gold came because of that. And also in the building also completely we put on the greenery complete so that get a soft touch. Otherwise, steel and glass gives you hard look for it. So because this greenery gives you soft touch for it. As a passenger sees something smooth, oh, I'm happy. That's it.
So after 12 years, Terminal 3 was built by the GMR Group, and today it's the largest terminal in the country, the most busiest terminal in the country. This one is also going to be an integrated terminal. So when will the entire terminal be completed, and what would be the cumulative capacity of this particular terminal?
Yes. See, so far what we did at T3 side is fine. Now, to keep a requirement, will keep going up. So that's it. We had took this T2, T1 area is very old. All of you know that old buildings and all. We did only Terminal 1D. We did as a part of T3 expansion, but that is very limited. So today we have about 10 million, 20 million capacity we have right now existing, but this will not sufficient for future growth. So that's where once we complete the entire Terminal 1 expansion, both arrival and departure, one is it become a common terminal that looks common. The passengers can comfortably move one place to other place compared to like T3. Second thing, the capacity from 20 million become to 40 million. So that's where enough capacity available with the 22 euro beaches, so people have comfort of it. So this will happen by next year. But this come in phases will come. It will not be overnight. It comes because the brownfield, I have to build something, break something to make something. So it's becoming a cycle. So today when you see in this terminal, old, if you many of you may not remember, old Terminal 1B used to be there, jet terminal, old. That demolished that area we have done this. Now once I open this by next week, I'll existing what you see terminal arrival, I'll break it. Yes. Then I'll extend the same thing. You see all the things that's actually the temporary wall, it's not a permanent wall. That will be demolished in Carver. So another 6 more belts will come. So that's how the capacity becomes 20 million of arrival. And departure, we are almost double the capacity area of the present building. That becomes another 20 million. So total become 40 million is going to happen by next year.
Given the fact that you had such a tremendous task at hand since 2019 when this project began, you have faced COVID, you had this brownfield project in which you had to deconstruct construct this new particular facility. This will have 22 aero bridges, countless numbers of bus stands and others. How was the experience, going through it? Because I do remember Terminal 3 was a greenfield project. You can just simply, you had the land, you just had to, construct that building. But over here, what were the unique challenges that you faced?
Yeah, good. See, of course, pandemic is for everybody's problem. What are things we did? We created a bubble. Entire workers, today about 5,000 odd workers are there sitting. We created a bubble. So they will not allow them to go out. So we put them in the one state. We ensure the complete facility, medical facility, including isolation facility. We also testing facility. So that way you see that whole wave 2 and wave 3, we are not stopped the construction. We are able to manage. Of course, because of COVID protocols, the productivity has come down naturally, of course. But however, we are able to manage. That is one of the biggest challenges. Second challenge is, of course, taking over the education sector is a tough challenge because passengers' income should not be there. So creating that facility is a tough challenge. So these are the big challenges which is going to come furthermore, but of course it's a part of our journey.
So one last thing is the fact that since medical experts and others have opined that this might be the end of the tunnel for COVID-19, and we are we're actually going to see a massive pent-up demand for travel. This facility coming up at this point of time, would it actually help the entire, airport complex in maintaining its position as the most busiest airport complex in the country? And secondly, how do you see the industry as such today? Because this industry was the most battered industry by COVID-19.
Yeah, of course. We all know that the aviation industry is the biggest impact in this country. Not only for the whole world. No doubt. Airports are the biggest of all. Because the airports has to maintain, irrespective of one flight comes, 10 flight comes, and we the same facility. So we are the biggest hitter. However, of course, we are a part of the aviation industry. We hope that, always hope is there always. And we hope that we'll come back to the pre-COVID levels by next year. So then everything will all right. So that's the reason the whole thing we're making on that.
So the wait of the flyers for ease of checking out of the airport will soon be hassle-free, more eco-friendly, as the current domestic arrival operations will soon move to the newly constructed arrival terminal.
This particular arrival hall is ready and geared up to welcome passengers by next week. Whereas the overall building of Terminal 1 in this particular airport complex will be ready by next year.
उत्तराखंड के विधानसभा चुनाव में पहली बार किस्मत आजमा रही आम आदमी पार्टी वोटरों को लुभाने के लिए पूरा जोर लगा रही है। उत्तराखंड के चुनावी मैदान में जीत के इरादे से उतरे दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं। चुनावी सभाओं के साथ वे जनता से संवाद कर रहे हैं और पार्टी का विजन भी सामने रख रहे हैं। इसी कड़ी में सोमवार को अरविंद केजरीवाल हरिद्वार पहुंचे। यहां उन्होंने उत्तराखंड चुनाव के लिए पार्टी के घोषणा पत्र के 10 प्रमुख बिंदुओं को सारांश सोमवार को जारी कर दिया। केजरीवाल ने दिल्ली की तर्ज पर लोगों से मुफ्त बिजली और रोजगार के साथ कई बड़े वादे किए। इसके साथ उन्होंने लोगों से आम आदमी पार्टी को एक बार सरकार बनाने का मौका देने की अपील की। साथ ही केजरीवाल ने कहा कि अगर कोई प्रदेश में भ्रष्टाचार को खत्म कर सकता है तो वो आम आदमी पार्टी ही है।
आज उत्तराखंड में 55,000 60,000 करोड़ का कर्जा है। ये कर्जा कैसे चढ़ा? ये 60,000 करोड़ रुपया गया कहां? ये दोनों पार्टियां इसका जवाब दें। 60,000 करोड़ कहां गया? क्या उत्तराखंड के अंदर पिछले 21 साल में एक भी स्कूल बना? नहीं बना। क्या पिछले 21 साल में एक भी नया कॉलेज बना, एक भी नई यूनिवर्सिटी बनी, एक भी नया अस्पताल बना, एक भी नई डिस्पेंसरी बनी, कोई सड़क बनी? नहीं बनी। तो ये 60,000 करोड़ ये कहां ले गए? ये सारा का सारा इनके स्विस बैंकों में इन्होंने प्रॉपर्टियां खरीदी पूरी दुनिया भर में। एक नेता से ये पूछ लो तेरी टोटल वेल्थ क्या है, उसको भी नहीं पता होगा उसकी टोटल संपत्ति कितनी है। इतना कमा रखा है इन लोगों ने। ये सारा पैसा उत्तराखंड का इन नेताओं ने लूटा है। उत्तराखंड के लोगों के पास आज एक विकल्प है, एक ईमानदार पार्टी है। ईमानदार पार्टी को वोट दीजिए। आज एक ही जरूरत है उत्तराखंड को, एक ईमानदार विकल्प की, और आम आदमी पार्टी वो ईमानदार विकल्प देगी।
केजरीवाल दिल्ली मॉडल को लेकर पंजाब, गोवा और उत्तराखंड में भी जनता से बड़े बड़े वादे कर रहे हैं। उत्तराखंड में भी उनका यही कहना है कि यहाँ भी दिल्ली मॉडल लागू किया जाएगा। उन्होंने कहा कि उत्तराखंड की जनता वोट देने से पहले दिल्ली में रहने वालों से फोन कर दिल्ली में हुए विकास के बारे में पूछ सकते हैं।
आम आदमी पार्टी ने अभूतपूर्व विकास किया है दिल्ली के अंदर। सरकारी स्कूल शानदार कर दिए, सरकारी अस्पताल शानदार कर दिए, ढेरों मोहल्ला क्लिनिक बनाए। पहले पावर कट बहुत लगते थे, बिजली अब 24 घंटे आती है, बिजली मुफ्त कर दी। बहुत सारे काम किए हैं। और ये मैं नहीं कह रहा, मेरा सबसे निवेदन है, आप फ़ोन करके अपने यार दोस्तों रिश्तेदारों से दिल्ली में फ़ोन करके पूछो कि भाई आप लोग केजरीवाल ने कुछ काम किया। अगर कोई कहे कि केजरीवाल ने काम नहीं किया तो उत्तराखंड में भी मेरे को वोट मत देना, और अगर कोई कहे कि काम किया तभी वोट देना।
आइए आपको बताते हैं कि केजरीवाल ने देवभूमि की जनता से क्या क्या अहम वादे किए हैं। सरकार बनने के बाद भ्रष्टाचार खत्म होगा, 24 घंटे मुफ्त बिजली मिलेगी, राज्य में बेरोजगारों को नौकरी मिलेगी, और जब तक नौकरी नहीं मिलती है तब तक 5,000 रुपए का भत्ता मिलेगा। हर 18 साल से ऊपर की महिला को 1,000 रुपए महीना भत्ता। स्कूलों को विकसित किया जाएगा और मुफ्त में शिक्षा दी जाएगी। राज्य में भी मोहल्ला क्लिनिक खोलेंगे और जनता को मुफ्त में इलाज की सुविधा मिलेगी। सड़कें ठीक की जाएंगी। हिंदुओं को अयोध्या राम मंदिर और मुस्लिमों को अजमेर शरीफ के दर्शन और सिखों को अमृतसर के दर्शन कराए जाएंगे। उत्तराखंड को हिंदुओं की आध्यात्मिक राजधानी के तौर पर विकसित किया जाएगा। राज्य में रिटायर्ड फौजियों को सरकारी नौकरी दी जाएगी। सीएम केजरीवाल दिल्ली की तर्ज पर ही इस बार के विधानसभा चुनावों में जनता को लुभाने में लगी हैं। दिल्ली की तरह ही मुफ्त बिजली और पानी जैसे कई बड़े बड़े वादे कर रहे हैं, लेकिन देखना ये होगा कि क्या देवभूमि की जनता आम आदमी पार्टी जैसी नई पार्टी पर इस बार के चुनाव में भरोसा जताती है या कांग्रेस बीजेपी जैसी पुरानी पार्टियों पर ही दांव लगाती है।
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.